The Country Mouse and the Town Mouse. Once upon a time, in the heart of a golden field, there lived a small, cheerful mouse named Country Mouse. His home was nothing more than a cozy burrow beneath a patch of soft grass. But to him, it was the warmest and safest place in the whole wide world. Every morning, he awoke to the song of the birds and the gentle rustle of the wind through the wheat. And every evening, he fell asleep beneath a sky filled with twinkling stars. Country Mouse was content with his simple life. He dined on arched barley grains, tiny roots, and wild seeds. Though his meals were modest, he always ate with gratitude and joy. Ah, he would sigh with a full belly. Nothing tastes sweeter than peace and quiet. One sunny afternoon, as Country Mouse was nibbling on a crunchy root near the edge of the field, he suddenly remembered someone he hadn't seen in a very long time, his cousin, Town Mouse. They had once been very close, but it had been many moons since they had spoken. "Oh dear," Country Mouse exclaimed. "How long it has been! I must invite him to visit. He must taste the freshness of the countryside and feel the calmness of this gentle land." And so he sent a message with a friendly sparrow. "Come, dear cousin," it read. "Come and rest in my quiet home beneath the hills. I miss you more than words can say." A few days later, Town Mouse arrived, stepping out of a traveling basket with a puffed chest and a polished coat. His whiskers were perfectly combed, and he carried with him the scent of perfume and pavement. His eyes darted around, curious and slightly uncomfortable. Country Mouse greeted him with delight and immediately offered him the finest meal he had: roasted barley, a few dried berries, and some fresh root tea. But as Town Mouse took a bite, his nose crinkled and he frowned. "Cousin," he said gently, placing the barley back on the leaf plate, "your hospitality warms my heart. But this food, it's so plain, so simple. Back in the city, I dine like a king. You must visit me just once. You must see the marvels of town life. My pantry is overflowing, and danger never comes close." Country Mouse's ears twitched with curiosity. Though his heart belonged to the fields, he wondered what it would be like to taste such luxury and see those tall stone buildings he had only heard about in stories. So, with a heart full of excitement and a tiny pouch of seeds for the journey, Country Mouse followed his cousin back to the city. The journey took a full day, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, the two mice arrived at Town Mouse's home, an old wall behind a bakery, warm with the smell of fresh bread. It was grand by mouse standards, with tiny lanterns made of glass beads and a bed stuffed with feather shavings. "Welcome, cousin," Town Mouse said, his eyes twinkling. "Tonight, you'll eat like royalty." And indeed, he did. That night, Town Mouse laid out a dazzling feast. Golden raisins, sweet figs, soft bread, creamy cheese, and even a drop of honey. Country Mouse's eyes widened in wonder as he tasted each bite. Never before had flavors danced on his tongue like this. He couldn't help but exclaim, "This is amazing! I had no idea such food existed." They laughed and talked until their bellies were round, then curled up in silk scraps to sleep. The next morning, Town Mouse had a new surprise. "Today, I will take you to a place called the market," he said proudly. "It's where humans store more food than you can dream of. Stacked in towers, packed in jars, all just waiting for clever little mice like us." Country Mouse gasped. "More food? Even more than last night?" "Oh yes," said Town Mouse with a chuckle. "You won't believe your eyes." So off they went, sneaking through cracks and crevices, scurrying under doors and behind crates, until they reached the great marketplace. And just as Town Mouse had promised, there were mountains of grains, wheels of cheese as big as barrels, pyramids of nuts and rivers of syrup. Country Mouse stood frozen, his tiny mouth hanging open. "I could stay here forever," he whispered. But then, bang! The market door creaked open. Shadows fell across the floor, and there, stepping slowly toward them, was a cat. Its golden eyes gleamed. Its tail swished silently. The air grew thick with danger. "Run!" Town Mouse squeaked. The two mice darted across the floor, their hearts thudding in terror. The cat leapt forward, missing them by mere whiskers. They squeezed through a hole in the wall just in time, panting, trembling, their fur standing on end. They waited in silence, hiding in the dark. When the danger had passed, Country Mouse peeked outside. The market was quiet again, but the fear in his chest still roared like thunder. That evening, as they returned to Town Mouse's home, Country Mouse sat quietly, staring at the city lights. "I thank you, dear cousin," he said softly. "You have given me more than I ever imagined. I have tasted wonders and seen great beauty. But," he paused, his voice thick with emotion, "this place is not for me. I would rather chew on dry roots in peace than feast in fear. I would rather sleep beneath the stars than hide in shadows. I miss the songs of the sparrows and the whisper of the wind." Town Mouse opened his mouth, but then closed it again. He looked at his cousin and nodded. "I understand," he said. "Not every heart belongs in the city." And with that, Country Mouse packed his little pouch and set off down the quiet path, the moon lighting his way back to the fields he loved so dearly. Moral of the story: safety and peace are more valuable than luxury and danger. True happiness is not found in richness, but in comfort, freedom, and the place where your heart feels at home.